Welcome, and thank you for checking out the 2021 STEM Festival video series that's being put on by the Wacomico County Libraries. My name is Vicki.
And I'm Brian.
And we work at the Center Branch Library in Wacomico County. This year our theme is going to be health and wellness. So we will be doing a series of videos focusing on healthy eating and healthy activities. I'll be doing a video series on cooking and making really healthy snacks and treats and meals.
And I'll be doing some demonstrations on some exercises you can do with equipment you might have around the house, or like how to make your own, that kind of thing.
And some of these videos that Mr. Brian is doing involving equipment, we will actually be having a take and make kit that you can pick up from your local library as well.
If we run out of take and make kits though, I'll have a list of materials going along with the videos to show you what you need to get to make your own equipment.
Be sure to explore all the other great STEM festival programs that are being put on all around the state by various libraries. You can check those out at the MarylandSTEMFest.org. That's www.mdstemfest.org. There'll be a list of all the different activities you can do, and we do hope you enjoy. And now on to the video. Welcome to another video in our STEM Festival series for 2021 with the Maryland Libraries. I'm Vicki, and I work at the Center Branch Library in the Mall with Wacomico County. Our series this time has been all about healthy and frugal eats, so things that you can make that are healthy that won't break the bank. Today I have a really fun one. This isn't exactly healthy, even though it is high in protein. It does have a good amount of sugar, which you can always make with a sugar substitute if you have diabetics or someone who's watching their sugar intake in your family. This is something that can be easily modified. For this, and I'm calling them magic cookies because there's no real magic involved. We don't do that here. But it's magic because there's no flour. So you're making cookies with no flour, and usually you think you have flour in all your cookies, but you don't. So these are gluten-free. You can make them sugar-free if you use a sugar that is not if you use like Trivia, Stevia, one of those monk fruit, whatever artificial sweeteners that you want to choose. There are 3 ingredients, just 3. And it's a really easy recipe to memorize. It's 1, 1, and 1. So what you're gonna need is 1 cup of peanut butter, creamy or chunky, your choice. 1 cup of sugar, brown, white, artificial, or a blend of either one of those. And 1 chicken egg, okay? So that's for the ingredients. That's all you need, 1, 1, and 1. 1 cup, 1 egg. You'll need a bowl to mix it in, of course. You need a spoon to mix it with, because you don't use your hands. Oh, make sure they're washed anyway. That's just good practice. A cup measure for the sugar, and you can also use the same cup measure for the peanut butter, although I recommend doing the sugar first, because peanut butter gets stuck in here. But what I brought today, just for fun, because it's really useful, I have one of these little plunger thingies. They're so fun. They're great for measuring out, shortening butter, peanut butter, things that are sticky that you don't want to have to scrape out of the bowl or the measuring cup. You just go boop, and you'll see it'll pop right out, and it's really easy. It's adjustable, so I have the cup measure here. I'm going to scooch it down to the 1 line, and then let's get started. We've got everything we need. Like I said, this is a really simple recipe. I almost dumped sugar all over the floor. That would have been great. Take your peanut butter. Obviously, we've already used it. Just, start filling up your cup. Try to make sure there's no like air pockets in there. It's really easy to get with peanut butter because it's really viscous and sticky. Peanut butter is a fantastic source of protein. Be careful though, because peanut butter also does contain a decent amount of sugar. They put it in there with the processing to make it taste good. So if you're looking to cut down on your sugars, it might be a good idea to look for a no sugar added peanut butter. Or make your own if you get really, really ambitious. So I'm going to put that in there, smoosh it down a little bit. I kind of like poke the spoon in to make sure I get all those air bubbles out. And then occasionally I have to make sure I'm still on the 1 cup line, which I wasn't. The newer ones of these will stay. This is an older plunge measure. I think I got this 8 years ago. So it's seen some love. So we've got about a cup in here. And I like to err on the side of extra peanut butter, so we're going to put a little extra in there. I like to mound it. Because we like the peanut butter. Just stay in it. So if you have peanut butter on your hands, you can, if you're at home cooking for just your family, you can lick your hand and then wash it, or you can leave it on there. It's up to you. So now we've got our little plunger full of peanut butter, and we're going to go boop, right in the bowl. Get your spoon, kind of scrape that off and see how much easier that was. And then because we want to do something called creaming. Tend to get some light fluffiness in your cookies. We're going to add the sugar. I'm using brown sugar, just light brown sugar. You can use dark brown sugar. You can use white sugar. I find that the consistency of the cookies does change depending on what kind of sugar. Brown sugar cookies, cookies made with brown sugar tend to be chewier, a little softer because the moisture content in the brown sugar, the molasses in the brown sugar, causes the sugar to be hygroscopic, which means it attracts water, which means they're less likely to dry out. And they get a little softer, a little chewier, and it's got a nice deeper flavor. Of course, this is up to you. You can use whichever sugar you have handy or that you prefer. Pack it down with brown sugar. White sugar will just sit, but brown sugar tends to clump. So they always recommend to pack it. That's a cup of brown sugar. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the sugar crystals to poke little holes in the peanut butter. And this will allow the eggs to give the lift, because the eggs provide the lift. We don't have baking soda. We don't have flour to hold it together. The peanut butter provides the protein that the flour would usually provide. So we're going to mix it together until the peanut butter and the sugar is pretty well incorporated. And if you stop here, you have Buckeyes. Dump them in chocolate, and you have what they call Buckeyes, which are this really lovely treat, usually with confectioner's sugar, where they just roll them in a ball. But we're going to make cookies. So, some things you can do to modify or make yours special. You can add cocoa powder. You can add chocolate chips. You can use chunky peanut butter. You can use almond butter if that's what you like. Like I said, you can play around with the sugar ratios. You can do a half a cup of brown and a half a cup of white sugar, and it gives it a little bit of chewiness, but it still has a little of that crisp that you look for with a white sugar cookie. 1 chicken egg. Oh, well, we'll wipe down later. Crack her open. Put this right over here. So I don't want to put it in that. And then we're just going to go ahead and mix. Now, this takes a few minutes. You can use a stand mixer, you can use a hand mixer, or you can use your arm mixer to mix it. You just want to make sure that egg is all taken up by your cookie dough. Once this is mixed, which shouldn't take very long, all you're going to do is scoop it out with either a little spring-loaded disher, like ice cream scoop. You can use a tablespoon and just push it off. I like to roll mine in little balls so they're nice and uniform when they spread in the oven. And you want to give them about 1.5 inches to 2 inches between each cookie, because they will spread a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, in the oven. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it, but the bowl's being difficult today. All right, so it's all nice and mixed together. And from here, if I was going to put it on a sheet pan, I'm going to take a scoop, put it on the pan, try to make them about as even as you can. If you want to get real crazy, you can weigh them out, but I don't get that crazy, so just do what you got to do. Put them on the pan, and then, because we have the magic of television, I actually already have some that I made before, and I will show you what they look like when they're done. Because this doesn't look like much. When you get this on a baking pan, you're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for between 12 and 15 minutes. Oven times vary because some ovens are hotter than others, some heat better than others. 12 minutes is a low end. It makes a nice soft cookie. As you can see, that breaks apart like cake. I like mine a little softer. I like to have that nice peanut butter. And because there's no flour in it, all you have to do is heat the egg enough to get it to stay together. It looks just like a regular cookie, except there's no flour. And you can edit this afterwards. Have you ever seen the cookies, the peanut butter cookies with a fork hash marks on them? You can do that. You could even get Reese Cups or Hershey Kisses, and as they cool, like as soon as you pull them out of the oven, give them like a minute to cool off a little bit so they don't melt the chocolate. But then you can take Hershey Kisses and put a Hershey Kiss or a Reese Cup in each one and smush them flat a little bit, and then let them cool completely. And then you can pack them in containers and give them as gifts, or you can just eat them, because that's why we make them. So the very important part, the most important part of any baking, is to do what we call a quality control test. You want to make sure that if you're giving this to your friends and family, it doesn't taste bad. So you want to make sure it's delicious. Yeah, it's delicious. So have fun. This is a really easy recipe that anyone can do. When I made this batch at home, I had my 7-year-old helping scoop it out and helping mix. It's a good arm workout too, because it can get a little stiff at some point. But these are really good. If you use crunchy peanut butter, it'll have a little bit of a texture to it. And again, if you use brown sugar, it'll be chewier. If you use white sugar, it'll be a little bit crisper. And if you keep it in the oven longer as well, you can have them a little crisper. If you'd like to, you can smush them flat before you bake them and they'll get even crispier if you like that kind of thing. You can roll them in brown sugar and before you bake them and let them go like snickerdoodles, and they'll spread and have a crackle on top. The varieties are endless, and I hope you enjoy playing around with your own version of your magic cookies. Stay tuned for other videos where we talk about a lot of other ways to make delicious recipes that are healthy for you and won't break the bank. Bye guys. Till next time. Do you want a cookie? Thanks for joining us for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get a lot of fun out of doing the activities, making the foods, eating the food. And we do encourage you to check out the other videos that may or may not be showing up in the little bar down below. Thanks guys, bye.